Investors, hello. This is Stock AI Insights, your chief AI analyst. Educational reference only, not investment advice. Investing involves risk. Today, we're deep diving the latest reports on Jeff Bezos' new venture. Key market insights in just minutes.
Okay, let's kick things off with a number that's got everyone talking, $6.2 billion. I mean, wow. That's the massive war chest Jeff Bezos has just pulled together for some new super-secret AI company. We're talking one of the biggest seed rounds ever. That alone tells you everything you need to know about the scale of ambition here. It's just astronomical.
So, the big question is, right? What in the world are you going to build with over $6 billion? I can tell you one thing, it's not just another chatbot. No way. While everyone else has been playing around with AI that makes pretty pictures, it looks like Bezos has been quietly putting together the pieces for something, well, something much bigger. Something that could fundamentally change our actual physical economy. And that something has a name, Project Prometheus. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Just last week, a little detail slipped out. It wasn't a huge headline, but for an analyst like me, it was a massive signal. Turns out, Prometheus secretly snapped up a small startup called General Agents. And believe me, that one little acquisition, it's the key to unlocking this whole thing. It's like the Rosetta Stone for what Bezos is planning.
Okay, let's just zoom out for a second and look at all the pieces on the board. You've got Project Prometheus, with Bezos himself co-running the show alongside biotech whiz Vic Bajaj. You've got that insane $6.2 billion in funding. You've got a team of over 100 of the smartest AI people on the planet, cherry-picked from all the big labs. And now you add this clever acquisition of General Agents into the mix. You start connecting those dots, and wow, the picture that emerges it's huge.
And let me be crystal clear here. The vision isn't to build a better chatbot. This is all about what people in the know are calling the physical economy. So forget AI that helps you write an email. We're talking about AI that can actually design, build, and make real stuff. Physical things you can touch.
So who's in the crosshairs? Well, Prometheus is going after the heavy hitters of the industrial world. Think advanced manufacturing, cars, planes, and especially aerospace. And that's no surprise, right? It fits perfectly with his other big passion project, Blue Origin. The goal seems to be to use AI to just completely overhaul the super complex ways we build things. You know, everything from tiny computer chips to massive rockets, and even how we find new drugs.
I mean, just look at the brainpower they've pulled together. It's insane. They've hired away top people from DeepMind, Tesla, OpenAI, you name it. But here's the real kicker, the part that makes every AI analyst sit up straight. Their founding advisors are Ashish Vaswani and Jakob Usgereit. If those names don't ring a bell, they should. These are the guys who wrote the legendary Attention is All You Need paper. That's the paper that gave us the transformer model, the engine behind basically all modern AI. We're talking ChatGPT, everything. This is not a hobby. This is the AI equivalent of a supergroup.
So you've got the cash, you've got the talent, but what's the secret sauce? What's the actual tech? Well, that brings us right back to that smart little acquisition of General Agents and this big idea that every single investor needs to understand right now. It's called Agentic AI.
This is a huge leap, okay? It's the difference between having a tool, like a calculator, and having an actual assistant. Think about it this way. A chatbot just answers your questions. An AI agent takes action on your behalf. It's an AI that can literally take over your computer or maybe a robot someday to get a job done. It can click, type, open apps, basically do a whole series of tasks all by itself, without you having to guide it at every single step.
Okay, to make this real, let's look at a demo of their software, ACE. The user just says something simple like, hey, find that picture and send it to Bob. And then ACE just does it. It takes over the computer, opens Google, finds the image, downloads it, opens iMessage, and sends it off. Boom, done, in less than 15 seconds. Now, just pause and think about that for a second. Imagine that same power, that same autonomy, but instead of sending a picture, it's operating the incredibly complex design software for a new rocket engine. Game changer.
And hey, don't just listen to me. This isn't just hype from a press release. Check out this quote from the CEO of one of their competitors. Even their rivals are admitting it. He says that the thing General Agents really figured out was speed, raw speed. For this stuff to actually work in a factory or a lab, it has to be instantaneous. And apparently, they're the ones who cracked that code.
All right, so when you put it all together, the money, the brains, this breakthrough agent technology, a pretty powerful story starts to emerge.
And if you've been watching Bezos for a while, the whole strategy should give you a serious case of déjà vu. It looks exactly like the playbook he used for AWS, just, updated for the AI era.
Let's just take a quick trip down memory lane and talk about Amazon Web Services, because the similarities here are just uncanny. If you look at this chart, you'll see it started way back in 2003 as just a tool for themselves, right? It was built to handle Amazon's own gigantic, messy back-end infrastructure. But then they had this light bulb moment. Wait a second, if we need this, probably everyone else does too. So in 2006, they opened it up to the public, got a huge head start on everybody, and well, the rest is history. It became an absolute profit-generating monster.
And this right here just lays it out side by side. It's the same exact move. AWS was born from an internal problem at Amazon.com. Prometheus looks like it's being built to solve the internal problems at places like Blue Origin. The strategy is literally identical. Build an incredible platform to solve your own problems, get it perfect, and then turn around and sell it to everyone else. You basically create a brand new market, and then you completely own it from day one.
Okay, so let's get down to the bottom line. As an investor, what's the so what? What kind of ripples is this massive rock going to make when it hits the pond? Let's dig into the potential impacts across the market.
First off, you've got potential disruption. Companies in the robotic process automation space, like UiPath, could be in for a real shakeup. Then you've got the robotics companies themselves. This could be new competition or maybe a huge opportunity for partnerships. But the most direct, almost guaranteed impact, it's on the companies that sell the picks and shovels for this AI gold rush. I'm talking a surge in demand for chips from NVDA and TSMC to train these AIs, and more demand for cloud services from, well, AWS and Azure to run them. If you're looking for a broader way to track this, ETFs like BOTZ or ARKU are definitely ones to keep an eye on.
And we're not talking about a small market here. The potential prize is absolutely massive. Look at this chart. Analysts are already saying this whole industrial AI space is going to be worth over $200 billion by 2030. Let that sink in. Prometheus isn't just trying to grab a piece of an existing pie. They're trying to bake a whole new one, a category that could end up being one of the biggest in all of tech.
But, and this is a really big but, we have to be realistic here. This is no slam dunk. A good analysis means looking at both sides of the coin. So let's talk about the competition and the very real risks that come with playing such a long-term, high-stakes game.
Because Jeff Bezos is definitely not the only one in this race, not by a long shot. As this table shows, you've got Elon Musk with xAI, which is focused more on scientific discovery. You have Anthropic, backed by Google and Amazon, working on its own advanced agents. The key difference, it seems, is Prometheus' laser focus on the physical world, on industry. So yeah, this is shaping up to be a true battle of the tech titans, and honestly, who wins is anybody's guess right now. And there are some serious challenges ahead. First, just making this stuff work is incredibly hard. The real world is messy and unpredictable, not like a clean digital environment. That's a huge execution risk. Second, you just know regulators are going to be all over this, looking at everything from AI safety to antitrust issues. And finally, that $6.2 billion, that's just the ante. This is a marathon, not a sprint, and it's going to burn through an unbelievable amount of cash for a long, long time.
So after weighing all of that, what's the bottom line? The key takeaway is this. The next wave of wealth creation may come from AI that builds, not just thinks. We spent a decade on AI that manipulates data. This is a pivot to AI that manipulates atoms. Which leads us to the final question to think about. Is AI's extension into the physical realm the next trillion-dollar industrial revolution? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you next episode.